Hi, the book that I chose for Russell Chapter 6 on poetry is Did You See What I Saw? Poems About School. It was written by Kay Winters and illustrated by Martha Weston. Now, this book has a variety of poems within it, not just one, but all these different poems about school and different holidays that students get excited for school. And I'm just going to point out a few of them that kind of allude to what we talked about in Russell chapter 6. So the first one that I thought was really interesting was Sliding Board, this one right here. This one is an example of visual poetry because the words move in a different shape and form, and that's what the definition of visual poetry is. It actually moves in the shape of the slide, as you can see here, as well as this one also swinging. It also forms in the way the little girl is swinging on here. Now, another poem within here is Runny Nose. I like this one especially towards the winter months where a lot of kids get sick, and also at the beginning of the school year. Now, this one, I will read it to you and then I can describe what occurs within this poem. Runny nose. It's just not funny when your nose is runny. You feel all soggy, hoarse, and froggy. Your throat is scratching. The germs are hashing. You know what's catching. Kerchoo! So, this poem, the first two lines, funny and runny, rhyme, along with soggy and froggy, scratchy, hatchy, and catchy, all rhyme within here. So I thought that was a good form of poetry within this poem. And then I have one more that I wanted to point out. And this one is The Fountain. I'll also read it to you. The fountain. The drinking fountain in the hall is only for the very tall. I have to stand up on my toes. The water squirts me in the nose. We have a fountain in first grade, but truthfully, I'd rather trade. I like to drink out in the hall. Someday I'll be very tall. So what I liked about this poem, is that at the beginning every other line rhymed. So like hall and tall line. And then over here, the last two lines within this section of the poem, toes and nose rhymed. And then the same pattern occurs within this stanza of the poem. Grade and trade rhyme. And then the last two words in here, hall and tall rhyme. So I think this would be a really good book to incorporate within your classroom that includes all these different poems. And I'm sure a lot of students can relate. I know that I can relate to it. So that is my review on this book. So thank you.